We are Big Boy Golf coming off a monster cock win.
Nice. I kind of wish you went even more, like a monster cock win.
Yeah, you were very hesitant.
Well, I had rock in my ear. It was very weird.
I gotta tell you, it felt real weird being sitting next to him when he was doing that. I gotta
bet.
be honest.
It looked weird. You both looked really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I didn't feel right.
I felt like he was gonna lick the
It's-
earwax out
it's-
of my ear.
It's a little warm down here.
For those who are
That's
just
gross.
listening and not going to watch, Freddie and Big Rock are in Big Rock's. What would you call that? Like your
Cave.
your brain
Brain cave.
the brave. That's stupid. Whatever. They're together. They're sitting at the same desk. All right. All right, Ron, throw us in here, would you?
Oh, boys, another big week. We are 10 winners in 21 weeks. I mean, come on.
Are you
Come
kidding
on.
me?
That is-
FAMC guys, Big Boy Golf Picks.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have money to invest, I mean, this is the
AMC
one to get into.
AMC's up like 8.5 units. We're up 330.
BBG. That's
To
who
the
you invest
moon.
in. That's who you invest in, boys and girls.
But do that responsibly, please.
We are not financial advisors.
That's right.
We are heading to Muirfield. Muirfield.
Wait, that's it? You don't want to talk at all about last week?
I mean, we won with the cock.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the total units for the week?
Yeah, it was like
40.
39, 40
Yeah.
units. But Kokrak, man, 60
Huge
to
win.
1, only a
Huge
second
win.
win on tour. I mean, let's go.
I
love
just
Kokrak.
can we
I have
talk
a
about
special love for him.
can we talk
We-
about Tiger Woods for a second? Just because why not?
Give me a sec. We'll
All
get
right.
to Tiger.
All right, carry on. Let me know when I'm allowed.
What I was gonna say is there's a handful of guys that we seem to be high on every week. And man, I really don't want to jinx it by saying this, but I feel like the guys that we have our finger on are continuously playing well. The Keegans, the Connors, the Cockracks. And we're just on it right now. Like our finger is on the pulse of who is playing well, and I feel like we are all over everything. It feels really nice. Feels
Yeah.
really good.
Smooth.
I mean, everything's just clicking right now, boys. I like
I
it. George,
felt so good going into Sunday, with seeing what the cock was doing. It's Kokrak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but whatever.
Kokrak.
I will say, coming down the stretch, probably the
You were
last
nervous.
5 holes, Mr. Kokrak looked like he was hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, it was definitely a messy final round, which brings me to what I wanted to talk about with Tiger
Yes.
Woods. Thanks to Big Rock texting us this stat. Holy mackerel. Wait until you hear this stuff.
Wasn't me.
You
think
didn't
it was
text that
me.
stat? It was
It
you,
was
Ron? Chuck texted us this stat. Wait for it. Jordan Spieth, after that loss, is now 50% in tournaments, winning tournaments in which he is leading the field going into the final round. Justin Thomas, Dustin Johnson, and Rory McIlroy are all around 60%. The PGA average is 35%. Only 35% of the time, on average, does the person who is leading going into Sunday win that tournament. Tiger Woods is 56 for 59. That is 92.33%. Are you
Gonzo.
kidding me?
That's
Heal that
Gonzo
leg,
stat.
bro. Heal the leg.
Brady says he'll
Gonzo.
never win again.
I'm going to stand by it. I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to stand by it.
I mean, that's just you can't even, we will never, I'm going to say this right now. None of us listening to this, watching this, in this podcast right now, or on this planet will ever see as dominant any athlete in any sport ever again. I'm dropping it. That's it.
I agree. Maybe
it's
Acuna
not
on the
gonna
Braves.
happen.
it's an unreal combination of skill and fight and competitiveness. There's nobody like that. I totally agree. He had that weird combination of somebody that's that good that didn't care that they were that good. They just wanted to win more than thinking how good they were, if that makes any sense at all. Because some guys just play and they're like, oh, I'm good. Like Koepka thinks he's really good. He has some fight in him, right? But he doesn't have that. I'm going to train week after week. I'm going to get my body in the best shape possible. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to grind. I'm going to beat everybody every single time I step on the course. Koepka's worried about his majors, and he's worried about playing his song and dance.
He's worried about Bryson's feet.
Yeah,
Like, what is
yeah.
going on?
There's
Get a
not.
hold
There's
of yourself.
nobody. I mean, you can't even find another competitor like Tiger. Forget how talented he is. Just on that way. I mean, Justin Thomas maybe is kind of close sometimes.
He's Michael Jordan. It's like that.
Well,
kind of
there are
obsession.
other killers, but not there was never a killer like Tiger. It's a whole different level. It's one and everybody else.
That stat is insane.
I also think I think I might have said this, but I think today in sports, the talent level is so good in all the athletes from the top to the bottom. I don't know if we're ever going to see that differentiation of an athlete from the skill set in like where everybody is. Like there was such a difference in talent from the top to the bottom in every sport when Jordan played, like take nothing away from them, but there's just top tier talent in every sport. Everybody's playing at the top of their game. So I don't know if you're ever going to get that person that's so separated.
Yeah. The difference between Tiger and KJ Choi or whoever he beat, and Spieth and Kokrak. I mean, Kokrak was out driving Spieth, and he was sticking it. His approach is better than Spieth, and he was keeping up with the putter equally to Spieth. So that is a good point. That differential is much smaller, but yeah, it makes me miss Tiger, and I think he's gonna come back. He's gonna get a win.
I'll root for him.
You're gonna eat my hat.
He might get a grand slam.
That's not the right.
Rock, I don't know if he plays in the 2022 Masters. I saw your text. I do think there's a chance.
Oh, he's playing.
We'll keep an eye on his leg and his progress, but I do think there's a possibility. 100%. I agree. He'll be back. I think that would be perfect timing to be back for that. But man, we need to see.
I do think it's a good sign that he was just wearing a sleeve, no cast. Like he's on crutches. He's gotta get the walking back, and I'm sure he's swinging hitting little chips and putts.
Did you see his legs? It didn't look right.
No, yeah, that one looked crooked and weird.
Yeah, it looked like he barely was like, I don't know. They looked fake.
It definitely looks swollen.
No,
I was more worried about his eyes, but we don't have to go there.
All right,
let's move on. Deerfield Village for the Memorial. Let's go. Jack's tourney.
Stand by.
We're standing by.
All right.
Maisie wanted to say hi really quick. Maisie, say hi.
Hi.
Hey, Maisie. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
You're our best guest. Best guest yet.
Do you have any predictions for this weekend?
Who's gonna win, Maisie?
Name.
What's the guy's first name? Say any name that comes to mind. What's the first name you think of? She's silent, ladies and gentlemen. The guy has no name that's going to win.
That's it. That's it. She's just disgusted with this field.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at Dublin, Ohio, not Ireland. And we are at the Muirfield for the Memorial. I like it. A little bit banger of a course, 7,500 yards, par 72. I like the fact that we're rolling on some fast greens this week, and I love the fact that you got to hit some fairways, even though, Rock, you had mentioned that they're big fairways, but the rough is going to be gnarly as hell.
Penal.
Real penal. Severely penal. So talk to us about the layout, what you like stat-wise, what we're looking at here. Tell me, this is the big one for me, why on a course where the fairways are so big, why it's going to be so important to stay out of that rough. Why, like, where are you seeing the mix of fairways gained with distance and all that?
Yeah, well, so the fairways, from what I understand, they're always really fast. So a lot of times balls, they'll dog leg a little bit, and the balls will roll right through the fairway into the thick rough. So that's why you definitely want it. It's not as important this week off the tee. It's definitely more of an approach golf course, but it is something to think about. So the other thing to think about is last year when they were done playing, literally as the guys are coming off the course, they were ripping up the greens behind them because they did a little redesign. So that's why I'm not like full blown on course history. It's still a Jack Nicklaus course. It's still going to be firm and fast. It's still going to be penal roughs. So it's still going to be an approach course with fast greens. I mean, you're going to have all the Jack Nicklaus touch to it, but it is going to be a little bit of a different course. They added 300 yards last year. It was 7,200 yard course. And yeah, so I'm looking at ball striking, big on strokes gained approach, opportunities gained, which is fantasy national stat that just it's like on the green or on the fringe within, I think it's 15 feet. It's like that's how you gain on opportunities. Green and reg, proximity from 175 to 200 because that's a common distance for this course, and strokes gained short game and sand
No, no,
save.
no, 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 no. That was strokes gained, strokes gained.
Oh, strokes gained, stroke gained, SG,
Don't say it.
SG.
Don't say it the wrong way. It's
Stroke gained,
strokes gained,
stroke gained.
strokes gained.
Makes
Yeah,
sense. Makes sense.
SGSG, which is a mix of putting and chipping and sand play. The sand play is huge this week. They're the most treacherous bunkers on the course.
I got a
noticed
question.
you almost double dipped a little bit. You got sand game mixed in that model
You
with
can't
the
double
short game.
dip the chip. I have a question.
You can double stamp a triple stamp or whatever.
Rock. What exactly is opportunities gained? Do you know how they actually measure that?
Yeah, it's a proximity stat, so but it's not only on the green. Most proximity stats are on the green. So this is like if you're on the fringe, you get credit. If you're close,
Oh,
it's birdie opportunities basically.
nice.
It's
Nice.
if you're
That's great.
within a certain distance
So
from the pin
chip ins and stuff factor
in reg, yeah,
in big there. Got it.
yeah, which I think is kind of huge because if on these fast greens, if you're
they're
missing
tiny.
if you're missing by a mile, it's real tough. I mean, you guys play golf. It's real tough to chip up on a pool table and have it stop right by the hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You like that?
I like that. I did like
I
that.
knew you liked it. I could feel it.
Well, I might as well talk about the weather.
Yeah.
So here we go. Stormy Georgie coming at you with some weather in Dublin, Ireland. Just kidding.
no.
Dublin, Ohio. Here we go. Thursday, aka tomorrow. We're looking at a pretty messy day. We got 90% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Thunderstorms come in like midday through afternoon. There's really no good time of day here. It's just going to be raining. I'll be surprised if there's no delay of play. I think there will be a decent amount of delay of play with the thunderstorms in the afternoon. Hopefully we're not seeing guys having to play 36 on Friday, but it's definitely possible with tomorrow's weather. The rest of the weekend, it just gets kind of nicer and nicer, although it's going to be hot and sticky. 84 Friday, 87 Saturday, 89 on Sunday. Winds on all three of those days are 5-10 miles per hour. So it's really just tomorrow, Thursday, where it's going to get messy. So we'll see. But maybe first round leader, you want to see how people play in inclement weather. That might help people out. I don't know if you got anybody, Rock, can we even look up how people play in the rain? That's for that.
I don't think I have that.
The one thing that's good about that is it's going to slow down the greens on Thursday. So maybe you know, if there is a 4-hour or a couple hour gap of time where it just rained and it's decent, that could be some scoring opportunity there on day one. That's it. Back to you, Chuck.
So something that jumps out at me with the stat model, somebody like Colin, talk to me, Rock. So he's off the charts in almost every statistic, but his short game and his sand game kills him with this stat model. If he was anywhere half decent, he's probably going to end up in the top few of the blended. He's a big favorite here anyway. It looks like 16-1, but this is the type of guy. Do you include him in the bets? Do you stay away from him with those odds because his short game's so bad? What are we thinking with that?
I like Victor Hovland a touch better, at 2 points higher. He's 18-1, so that's why I went with him. But yeah, I mean, he played last year. Colin played last year. He came 48th. I worry about his short game at a place like this because if he can't stick it and keep it on the greens, I always worry about that with him. And I feel like Hovland. I'm comparing the two. I was gonna take one of them, and I'm gonna go Hovland. But I feel like he's been working on that that short game. I've seen him do some dirty things out of the sand. I'm getting 2 more points on him.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Who else is jumping out at you on this thing? I mean, for me,
I
the
got
first
one.
one. Yeah, what do you got?
Sorry to interrupt you, Chuck. I mean, I was reading the breakdown of the course, and I couldn't help but think Spieth. You can spray it off the tee a little bit. You need to be good at proximity. You need to be good at short game. You need to be good out of the bunker, and you need to be good at putting. How do you lay off a Spieth in a tournament like this?
I didn't like what I saw out of Spieth on Saturday and Sunday. I know he was leading the freaking tournament, but he went low on Thursday, and then he was just maintaining, and he was saving himself with the short game. His driver did not look good.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Even when he was hitting fairways, it just looked like a struggle. It felt like, it's something you're not going to see in the stats. But to me, I thought he was fighting. He was fighting both directions.
I I agree with that. And being on Sunday, sorry,
He
I'm
gets
very
very
emotional.
upset.
When you talk about
It's
Spieth
okay.
like that,
It's okay.
watching him fight on Sunday, I was really nervous going into Sunday with him sitting there, and kind of going off what Rock said, watching him battle on Sunday, but not really battling to win, kind of just to stay alive. He didn't have that killer mentality that I love out of Spieth, and that he's kind of been like inching towards. I still don't think he's there yet.
Well, I don't think he had the swing. I think he has it mentally. I mean, he's a killer of all killers, but I don't think he had the physical swing in the bag last week. That, to me, that's what I was seeing. He was missing a lot of greens. Like, even when he would get in the fairway, he's missing greens on short approaches. It's just not Spieth like. And it wasn't the first 2 days. He was sticking them, and he was impressive. And then it just seemed like he was battling something. I could be wrong. I thought about making a missed a cut bet on him. It was only plus 385, so I stayed away. But
so.
Wow.
So when you say he was missing his swing, I actually look at that as a mental thing.
yeah,
Like that's realistically, like what Ricky's going through. Yes, it's his swing, but it's a mental thing that's causing his swing issues. And just like what Spieth went through, it was not so much his swing; it was his mental state. His swing is always there. His swing comes and goes, and I can't believe that he just loses his swing. Just like we're on the course, and all of a sudden you can't hit the ball. That's not your swing. It's something that's going on in your head.
agree to disagree.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
I do think it's a mix. I wouldn't say it's one or the other completely, but I do think that they both
The
play
thing
into
about
it.
Spieth is he doesn't have that pure golf swing. He always has a kind of ugly chicken wings,
Yeah.
He does.
swing, and so I think he makes up for that with his mental game. So maybe you're right. We lose the mental game, and then you got no chance. So I don't know what it was, but he was fighting something.
If I'm being honest, Rock has turned the heat up down here, and I'm sweating. I can't think straight. So
That's how I
disregard
work.
everything.
It's how I work. I get real hot.
Smart,
It's like
smart.
a sauna.
Real smart.
Let's go.
In the blended, I feel like we see a lot of longer odds and a lot of value come to the top in our blended. For the first time, it really looks like a lot of the favorites are towards the top here. The only guy that really stands out is the guy that's sitting number 2, ironically. And I feel like we see him every week. I
Yeah.
mean, what's going on with Grillo? What is his deal?
Can't putt.
Why, like, is he like, do you have a stat in front of you, like his last X amount of tournaments, his finishing positions or anything? Because I feel like he's been at the top of our models consistently. And I have seen him, play well, and I've seen him near the leaderboard, but like you have to take him at 75-1, right? This high up.
Yeah, I have him on the card. I mean, he's a ball striking freak, and he's a good approach player. And like I said, this course it really tends to favor the approach game. He came 8th last week at the Charles Schwab, made the cut and came 38th at the PGA, 14th at the Wells Fargo, missed the cut at Valspar, 2nd at RBC Heritage, 6th at in Punta Cana. Like, he's
Wow.
not putting up bad numbers.
No, that's a good
for
stretch.
75-1. It's not bad. Where he makes you sick at times is with his putter. He's coming off 3 straight weeks of gaining strokes with his putter, but like there are times where he'll lose. I'm just scrolling down the list. When he at Memorial last year, he lost 4.9 on the greens.
So I'll get all your guys' opinion on this. So a guy that historically struggles with the putter, even though he's got a little bit of a good stretch here on a course that has more speed than maybe these guys have seen in the past couple weeks. Would that exacerbate his bad putting skills, or would that keep him separated because he's putting well and keep him on the track to continue to gain strokes with his putter? I have an opinion on it. I'm curious to see what yours is.
I think if you're a bad putter, you want fast greens. That's my opinion. I think you can. It's less of a stroke and less room for error on the swing. So I'd
That's a hot
rather.
take.
Hang on.
That's a hot take.
Are you using your own experience with that? Because when you're talking about us playing slow greens versus fast greens, that's us playing like municipal,
No.
terrible, bumpy
No.
greens versus
I'm
good
talking.
greens.
I'm talking a bad PGA player.
Wow.
I think you prefer the faster greens. That's my thought. I don't, and that's kind of like what I've seen. But
I'm going to argue the opposite, just to argue the opposite here, because a faster green means it's probably going to be more difficult to stick it closer, which means now he has to putt from a further distance away, which means if you're a bad putter, now you're exacerbating the harder putts. So that's my take.
there
on it.
are putters. Adam Scott comes to mind, who are compared to the field way better from distance than they are from like
That's
20
interesting.
footers. They're amazing, and they're like they could be top 10 in the whole PGA Tour from 20 feet, and they're like god awful from inside 5 feet,
Yeah.
like statistic wise. So
Yeah.
so that's a difference. That's a difference too. That comes into play.
Freddie, you have a take on this?
I don't know. I think that I'm torn. I have no idea.
I lean more on what George said. I feel like if you're historically a bad putter, if you get on really fast greens, even though you're putting well recently, that you can go to shit pretty quickly on really fast greens, because I feel like if you are on slower greens, you're more worried about the read and you don't have to worry about the speed as much. So you can be aggressive on your lines. You can really, you're worried about one thing, your read, and you don't
You know
have to
what?
worry about the speed as much. When you have very fast greens, now you're worrying about both.
Yeah,
And when you combine screwing up your speed and your read, that's when you can end up in a nightmare. So I don't know. I just feel like somebody like Grillo could really fall off on some tough greens.
I 100% agree with you and George on this. I think I'm just baffled by the fact that Rock is arguing the other way. I don't see it. I can't even fathom that you
Well,
would want faster greens as a bad putt. It
We're,
just doesn't make sense.
we're talking about Grillo, right? When I think Grillo, I think he's a younger Jason Duffner. They both do the same things well. Keegan too, to be honest. But they're amazing approach. They're amazing ball strikers. They can't putt for shit. Okay, so that's who I think of. Now I just looked up Duffner. 2017, he won at the Memorial, losing 0.4 strokes putting. He gained a whopping 10.7 strokes on approach.
Oh,
Wow.
That's Grillo's path to victory. He also came 7th here in 2019, gaining 6.8 strokes on approach. So that's the path for a guy like Grillo to succeed here. You got to stick it, and then the putting won't make.
I'm gonna make another argument in line with this possibly being a good thing for Grillo, because let's say my argument holds true that he maybe is on the fringe more often because the greens are fast. He also happens to be a gangster at opportunities gained. He's 15th in the field at opportunities gained. He's 25th at
That's
sand
all because
safety.
it's ball strike. He's sticking it.
Yeah, he's just crushed. I mean, he's really good around the green. So I don't know. I guess time will tell, but I'm fired up about him now that we've talked about it.
So
Yeah.
one other guy I want to throw out there really quick, because I'm surprised to see him at the top, is our boy Charlie Hoffman. You got to love Charlie. You got to love his game, his swag, his giant head in his straight brimmed
Dude,
hat.
I'm worried
His
about.
sunglasses.
I'm a little worried about his head. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
His
I mean,
head
that thing is
It's
swollen.
growing. It's getting
Elephantitis
bigger.
of the head.
Yeah, he's like Barry Bonds at the end of his career. It's something's wrong. A lot
Dude,
of
this
HGH
guy-
going on.
This guy is on a heater. He's coming on his last 3 outings: 7.9, 8.2, and 6.6 strokes gained approach.
Wow. So
So the odds are, showing that. And it's like I have a hard time taking a 35 30-1 Charlie Hoffman in this field. Like the idea that Charlie Hoffman is lower odds than Patrick Reed, that doesn't jive with me.
Here's
Patrick Reed
something
has
else.
13 wins. Charlie Hoffman hasn't won since 2015. If I
Here's
remember
something else.
correctly. I will
Chucky
tell
Hoffman
you.
is terrible on this course. He's god awful
Yeah.
on this course. Like one of the worst players in the field on this course. So there's that aspect of it too. I don't know.
He's
I mean,
missed the cut the last 2 years here.
We all love him, but yeah, I don't see it happening.
Does anybody need
Like
to
that.
talk out any other golfers before we get into picks?
Why haven't we mentioned or talked about? And I don't think he was on your list. Gary Woodland.
Yeah.
I know he hasn't been playing great, but I feel like
He seems to be coming back into form. And listen, I like Gary at Torrey Pines in a couple weeks for the U.S. Open. I think he's got a shot at winning himself another U.S. Open. I like the layout. I know he plays well at Torrey. I don't know. I just don't. I don't. He could. It could be a big win here for him. Okay. I don't hate it. The one thing I did want to say is a lot of first time big wins come from out of this course. So like Bryson had his big breakout win here.
So you're saying it's the opposite of the Masters, where you get some debutants.
No, not debutant. Not debutant. I'm saying a big win for their career. It's like a jumping off win, like a breakout win.
Okay.
So like Bryson had his first big win here, and then he became a superstar.
Like
Rahm,
Jennifer Aniston booking
Friends. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She was already an actress. She was doing well, but then Friends happened.
So to me, that makes me like guys like the Victor Hovlands of the world, Tony Finau. Ow.
Yeah, how do you go Tony Finau here when you just? I mean,
What?
I do not like Tony with the fact that these roughs are nasty.
You just argued the Charlie Hoffman thing at 30-1. What's Tony?
20. I'm seeing 20-1.
28.
Yeah. So where does that argument stand with him?
I'm gonna tell you.
Well,
Charlie Hoffman was awful here. He missed the cut the last 2 years.
Okay.
Tony Finau has 4 top 20s here in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years that he's been here. 2 top 10s.
He missed the cut in 19 though.
He had one
That's
missed
so
cut.
Finau-y. That's such a
Rock,
Finau-y,
I'm going to give you another name that fits that Victor Hovland jumpstart his career.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Joaquin Neiman.
I already bet him, big
I
boy.
know that
Already
fits
bet
right
him.
into that.
You
that
guys
fits
are
into
taking
that
all
too.
my. You guys are taking all my juice right now.
And Joaquin is a ball striking approach freaking wizard, and he's good off the tee. You worry about his short game with Joaquin always, but if he's sticking it close enough, you don't need a short game, guys.
Where is Will Zalatoris?
He's not
I
playing.
know.
This week.
Why not?
I don't.
This
know.
is his.
like literally,
event.
where is he? Like where in the world is Will Zalatoris?
Where in
Look
the
at the
world is
Will
Zalatoris?
Zalatoris.
He's
right.
aloe vera-ing the bottom half of his face.
All right.
Are we ready for some picks?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
do
let's
it.
go,
Let's
let's
do
let's
it.
go.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from Tarpon Springs, Florida. We've got the first round flying. I did that wrong. The Flying Embers first round flyer brought to you by Flying Embers. You're not so local. They're from California. Unless you're from California, then they're local for you. Hard kombucha beverages. They are spiked kombucha. It's got alcohol in it. Drink responsibly. They are absolutely delicious. Here's what I'm doing.
Give me a nice exhale. Nice exhale.
Here's what I'm doing. I'm between 3 names, and they're big names. 2 of them we just talked about. Griot is 1. Neiman is 2. And Spieth is 3. Now, I'm a little torn here because normally I like to pick guys for first round flyer that have higher odds. That would be Neiman and Griot. However, man, I have this thing in my head that Spieth has been hitting the practice greens with his coach and the driving range, and just like, figuring out why he lost what he had on Thursday. And I just can't get it out of my head. And at 28-1, maybe it's the pressure of me no longer being in the lead, but I think I got to go for it. I'm going with a young Jordan Spieth, first round flyer, 28-1. I'm taking it, and I'm taking it deep.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
28-1. I absolutely hate it, but okay.
Wow.
I don't see how you can hate that, man. Like Jordan
can't
Spieth
hate
could be playing bad and be 5 under. Like if he's playing amazing, he could shoot a 62.
I
But
mean, we've
he's
seen
not playing amazing.
We've seen him come from
just
not
saying.
playing well to being at the top of the leaderboard like every other week at this point.
I know. And
But
he went,
Tony Finau is playing well.
He went low. Yes.
If he
Tony.
knew.
I like Tony way better than Spieth this week. I'll take a heads up if anybody wants it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. I think I'm
I'll
in.
go
I'm
so
in.
big.
I'm in. I'm in.
Wait, are you-
What's the odds? We're both against you.
Oh.
Well, actually, you should be giving him odds.
Yeah, I get it's like a plus 130. I would.
Oh,
think.
you're scared. I get it.
Well,
Okay.
Well, it's a friendly.
I'll take it even money.
Yeah,
I'll
friendly
take
I'll
it
bet
even
bet
money.
you-
you. I'll
friendly
bet you a
benchmark.
Jordan Alvarez rookie card.
Wow.
I don't know what that means.
You're done.
Okay, Spieth,
All right.
go.
Flying Embers first round flyer, Victor Hovland, 33-1.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Hovland's going to be scattered throughout our picks on this. I know. I do like him too. Wait, he's 33-1.
33-1.
I smell.
Gotta love that.
people.
Yeah.
Nice.
So my Flying Embers first round flyer. By the way, I hit a first round flyer. I don't know if you guys have heard, but I hit a first round leader recently, and I absolutely love my pick this week. And I'm going to tell you why. Not only is he also 33-1, which I think is great odds for him, but we talk about how important approach is this week. He is 1 in the stat model and approach. Number 1, ladies and gentlemen. He is the number 1 ball striker. He is number 3 in opportunities gained. He is number 1 in the proximity of 175 to 200 and number 2 in greens and reg gained. That is out of the field, ladies and gentlemen, all those number 1s and number 2s. He is our man that I will love forever, Colin Morikawa. I see him coming out hot.
Wow.
Screw the sand and the short game because, frankly,
won't
he
need
won't need it.
He won't need it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I like it. way better than
33-1.
Spieth.
33-1. Bing, bong, boom.
All right. I did some research today.
I'd take Spieth over Morikawa with you.
I
heads
will
up.
give you 3
First
to 1
round?
odds. I'll take Colin. You take Spieth, and I'll put $100 on it.
Wow.
Whoa.
What? Bro, you bet 25 cents. Hang on. I don't want you to have a panic attack after he says yes.
Yeah, I take that back. I didn't say.
Wait, after who said yes?
I
He
mean,
was asking you,
I
George.
think he was asking you, George.
No, I was. Oh, you were?
He wants some of that AMC money, bro.
You better be careful, bro.
The movies are opening up.
All right, listen. I did some research today. I did a weird research, and I looked up scoring leaders, like who scores the best in the first round. I mean,
Patty Daddy, we've said this before.
no, he's the best birdies
Or
gained
better.
Oh, okay.
usually in the field. He's up there usually in the field. But first round low scorers and the best on the PGA Tour, not just in this field, the best on the PGA Tour is Cam Smith.
Oh,
And I'm going Cam Smith. I got him at that there
60-1? 60-1.
60-1 on
Wow.
points bet.
Shout out points bet.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm
That's
going
great.
Cam Smith.
That's
60
great.
to 1.
That's great. Great news. Cam
All
Smith.
right.
Comes out of the-
Outright pick of the week. I am up number 1. I am going with someone that may or may not have been talked about, Victor Hovland.
What?
Booyaka,
You
booyaka.
going first round flyer to wire.
I'm going wire to wire, first round flyer leader run.
Flyer friend, flyer.
fly all the way, fly
Oh
home.
no.
That's aggressive.
You just killed my Hovland bet. And my
That
first Hovland.
Is
first round.
aggressive.
What is he? Was he 18-1, right?
Yeah, 18.
Nice.
I mean, I like it, but I don't love his odds. The reason I'm going to go with my guy is his odds are a lot higher, but we just talked about him. He fits this mold of Tarpon Hills, Tarpon Springs.
What?
Holy shit.
the hell are you talking about?
Oh man, pull your
Jump
shit
Tarpon
together. Oh my
Spartan.
god, my computer's dying. What's happening? Hang on.
Oh boy. This is
Plug it in.
6%. It is plugged in. Carry on. Keep going.
Check the plug.
Wait, Why'd you say Tarpon Springs?
I fucking had a tongue-tied
Right.
moment.
Yeah, but that's not even where we're playing.
No,
Oh.
George is in Tarpon Springs.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It is hot.
George is spinning. Oh my god! For those not watching, George is sprinting around his room. He has wires flying everywhere. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he's a mess.
So my man that I'm taking, kind of like Morikawa, the only reason he struggles a little bit in his rankings is because of his sand saves and his short game. I think if he's sticking, like we said before, Morikawa, we won't really worry about that too much. I'm gonna go with Joaquin Neiman.
wow,
55,
Love it. Love
55 to 1. Love the odds on him. And
he wasn't. You can't get a 55. That's wrong.
did it go down a lot?
Yeah,
45.
it's 45.
Still
I
like
took
it.
it anyway. I took it anyway. Okay, I like it. Who's up? Big Rock is up. That's who. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm going Xander Schauffele.
Ooh, I love him this week.
I love him. I love his around the green game, and he's a ball striker. Like he's got the intangibles, and he fits that mold
22
for.
to 1.
I mean, he's won WGC, but this would be arguably one of the bigger events he's ever won. You know?
My son is named Xander, and I don't like it.
Yeah, but your son doesn't spell.
I like
it.
the name.
He doesn't spell it that way.
He doesn't.
So
Z.
this is
Like a real man.
completely irrelevant.
Oh my god.
I love it. I love Xander.
I'm back.
George, you all right?
I don't know. We're still at 6%.
All right. Well, you better hurry up and get your pick in.
All right. God, I was gonna say Patrick Reed, but then we were talking about Jennifer Aniston. And I hope no one said this while I was frantically running around my room trying to, not my room, this room, because I don't know where the outlets are, trying to find a different outlet. I am going with Tony Finau.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, guy.
Wow.
He's going to
freaking
win this
love it.
tournament. And not only is he going to win this tournament, but this tournament is going to be the tournament that everybody remembers as the one that launched him into the stratosphere of winners.
Talk
Ladies and
about
gentlemen.
fitting that mold.
Tony Finau, 28 to 1. I'm taking it, and I'm taking it deep.
I love it.
I just got all kinds of fired up rooting for Tony all of a sudden. I'm just gonna bet the shit out of him now. I wasn't even thinking about it before. I just said 10 minutes ago that I don't like him because of the
No,
rough
I
year.
thought we were doing an outright against him versus Spieth.
And all of a sudden, I'm probably gonna lay more than anybody on him now. You got me all fired up. That was the Mickelson speech, George. I love
Yeah,
it.
that was.
We all know how that went.
Well, hopefully this one plays out a little better.
Well, he
hope
won a
so.
major. He won a major a couple months later.
He did. He had a good year. Oh God. All right. We're at value. Chuck, Charlie value.
It's impossible for me to stay away from Grillo at 75 to 1 at the top
Mhm.
of the blended with his approach game. I hope that these fast greens don't screw him up like I think they're going to, but I just can't stay away. Let me see what I can get here at
I
top.
see 2 to 1, top 20.
No, I don't like that. I'm looking.
Yeah, I don't know. For something seems broken, honestly, because all the odds for top 20s seem way lower than they used to be.
All right, yeah.
Maybe
Grillo's
Vegas got
minus
savvy.
150 top 40. I don't like that. So you're seeing 2 to 1 top 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Well, it's a shorter field because it's like an invitational. So I think there's only 100.
Oh, that's right.
There's not 156 players. It's like 106 or.
That'll do it.
something.
That'll do it right there.
I'm
Right.
looking. I don't even see him in the top 20. You definitely see plus 200?
Yeah.
Do you guys see that too?
I see plus 163. So I don't know. That's terrible.
Yeah, it was
That's why I didn't see it. That's
I-
freaking gross. That
Yeah.
is not my wheelhouse, ladies and gentlemen. That is not what I like to see.
Maybe it should
Let
be, though,
me-
bro. If you felt so good about it, just go with it. It's still money.
Yeah,
You're
but
the-
it's odds. It's the value play. So the odds have to match what I like.
Maybe take him top 10.
Fuck that.
Oh man, that's it. You're hijacking your whole excitement.
Yeah, I'm off it. You know what? I never do this.
Oh,
I
no.
always, on my value, I'm always like a top 30, top 40, sometimes top 20 guy. I'm going to shoot high here. I am going to go because I like him so much. I'm going to take him every which way. I'm going to take him value. I'm going to take him first round leader. And I am going to take him to win. I am going to go with Colin top 5 plus 400.
Wow. Wowzers. All right.
Morikawa top 5 plus 400. Book it. Ship it.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a large country in South America that has birthed a child 22 years ago who is a wonder. He's a wonder on the golf course, and he is going to place in the top 10. He might even win this freaking tournament, let's be honest about it, and he would also be shot into the stratosphere of winners if that happens. His name is Joaquin Niemann. I'm taking him top 20. No, I'm sorry, top 10, and I don't have the odds. But I'm taking him top 10. I saw him top 20 plus 170. I can't even look at top 10 because of
He's
this.
plus 300 top 10.
I love it. I'm taking him top 10 plus 300. Wonder boy.
I found something with excellent value that is being overlooked on the board. Plus 400. Tony Finau to miss the cut.
Jesus.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Way to play the
Guys,
no
Money-
pass
That's good
line.
for us. That's
Money
good for us.
where my mouth
He's
is.
never hit a bet.
Way
You
to play the
kidding-
no
are you
pass line,
kidding
you
me right
bitch.
now?
He's never hit a bet.
Fanui
This is great news,
McNui
guys.
will miss the cut.
I'll remember this.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
All right, I got a guy who is fitting the Big Rock eye tests, and I'm going to start going value on my Big Rock eye test winners. He's been putting it together. It would be a huge win. It would be his only win of his career if he won. I'm going to go top 10 on HV3 plus 900. Harold Varner III.
Wow.
Come get some.
Wow. That's
Love
I
that
don't
guy.
think I'm
Love
not
that
sure if
guy.
we've heard that name on this podcast yet.
Oh yeah, we've
Oh, yeah,
talked
we
about
have.
Oh,
Harold.
Ron went through a real love-making period with.
Yeah,
Oh,
I,
all right.
I like Harold a lot. I could watch him play
Sorry.
golf all day.
Yeah.
You kind of
He's-
fell
he's-
off the wagon, though.
He did, but he's probably top 3 entertaining for me to watch for whatever reason. I just like watching him play. I like his style. He has like a I don't give a shit attitude. I really like it.
I haven't really looked up his stats, and my computer's a little slow. But I something about him is his. I mean, he's 16th in my stat model. What the heck? But something's like interesting. My computer's messed up, and so am I. So whatever. Let's move on.
There it is. It's all the picks. We got to do a pick for the peeps. Victor Hovland came up a lot.
Yeah. Well, Freddie took him every which way, so
Are we going
it's-
with Freddie for the people's
No,
pick?
that's
don't
dangerous.
do that to the people. Don't do that.
That's dangerous.
I mean, we talked a lot about Grillo and Neiman.
I like Neiman a lot too.
The only problem is these odds are really bad because the field is so short. So we got to go winner, I think, on one of these.
Yeah, I'm
Unless
into
we
doing
go
a winner.
Grillo. I like how much we broke down Grillo. If he were to do some big things, that we have a lot of ammo.
We do. A lot of bullets in the chamber
But
there.
if you guys aren't feeling him, I don't know. I like him. I like him this week. But he
What's
could
he-
really frustrate the hell out of you, man.
What's he paying top 5?
Great question. I'm going to guess
It was like minus something.
it's like
No,
top,
top-
5. No,
top
plus
5.
10,
9-1.
10
9
to
to
1?
1.
9 to 1? Yeah. I like that.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
I'll do it.
Lock it in.
Grillo, top 5, 9 to 1.
No.
That's the pick for the people. People, tweet it, comment, mention a friend, and if we win, if he wins that bet, you're getting 90 bones coming at you straight.
BBG picks at Twitter.
God, I hate
At the Facebook, Freddie, is that right?
BBG picks at Facebook. BBG picks at
Ah.
Twitter. BBG picks at the World Wide Web.
Real quick, I want each of you to go give one statement of something, like a bold statement.
Tony Finau to miss the cut.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you already said that, but
For this tournament.
yes,
bold
maybe
statement.
something we didn't already talk about.
You want something new?
Yeah,
It's got to be new. I
yeah.
don't got a lot of stuff in my brain, but I can try. Okay.
I think we're going to hear about Bryson and Brooks every freaking day, even though they're not both playing, and it's going to
That's
really
not
be
a
annoying.
bold statement. That's obvious.
This is the site where remember when Bryson hit it over the fence and then he was like bitching because the ball was like under
Yeah.
the fence. He was like, "Can we get a rope and like see if it's really under the fence?"
All right, here's a bold statement. I think Patrick Reed's going to cheat again and get away with it.
Wow,
I love that.
that's a bold.
That is a bold statement.
That's
And
a
we're going to be
bold
talking
statement.
about it and trying to figure out if it was cheating or not next week.
I think Jason Day will withdraw with a migraine.
God, I hope not. I love Jason Day. I love you,
Dude,
Jason.
that's really, really weird. I was looking at his name as you said that, and I was actually thinking about somebody getting hurt prior to looking at Jason Day's name.
My head hurts.
Really weird.
You ready for this? Stuart Sink takes it again.
Is he even in the field? I don't even know if he's in the field.
I think he is.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
That's
Freddie, if
bold.
there was ever someone on the podcast who should have bet the oldest person to ever win a major, it was you. And you really messed up there.
Here's my
Hates
here's my
Mickelson.
bold statement. Somebody is gonna ace a par 3 on Sunday to get themselves into contention. I'm not gonna say that person's
Wow.
gonna end up winning, but it's gonna catapult
Like it's
them.
gonna matter.
Yes,
Is it going to be Grillo? We shall
It's gonna
see.
be fireworks.
It might
there's
be.
gonna
like
be an
that.
ace on Sunday.
I like that.
And Fuego.
All
Hasta
right,
luego.
Boys,
BBG picks, baby.
Love you
BBG
guys.
picks. Love you guys.
10 winners, get some, get in it, like it.
Let's go, Memorial.